Hey guys, welcome back to Painted Creek Farm. My name is Amber. I have a laundry list of things to get done today, two of which are getting this brooder built and then also building a nest box for one of my rabbit does. She's due this week, and then we have a bunch of quail and chicken eggs that are due to hatch this week. So I need to get these things built ASAP. My husband is home. It's a nasty Saturday, so we're trying to knock out some projects. So I figured I would just bring you guys along with me, show you how we do this. I actually haven't been able to find a lot of resources for building a stacked brooder, but it was something that we needed because we don't have a ton of space where we're going to be keeping these guys. And so I figured, why not go vertical? Now, using this, we are going to get brood plates instead of using the heat lamp, which I want to get away from the heat lamps anyways, just because of, the risk of fire. So I wanted to go ahead and get this guy built so we have a place to put these chicks. My husband's already cut the pieces for me. So these are 21 inches, these are 64 inches, and we left 4 inches on the bottom just to have it lifted off the ground a bit. But these are marked, we'll call this 0. So starting at 0, and then 15 inches, 30 inches, 45 inches, and 60 inches. So the brood spaces will be 15 inches tall, 24 inches wide, and 64 inches tall, and then the whole thing itself is going to be 48 inches wide. So I'm gonna go ahead and screw these together. So I've got this one all put together. I'm gonna go and work on that guy. I've got both of the outside frames put together now. So I'm gonna go ahead and run these guys. These are 45 inches long to make it 48 inches wide, because 2x2s are actually only 1.5 inches. So if you take the 48 inches, we want it 4 foot wide. We have to account for the 2x2s on the outside. So these middle guys, the middle supports, are going to be 45 inches long. I'm gonna go ahead and put these guys all along the sides here. And then we'll be able to put these two frames together. There we go. You should be able to see what I'm doing now. Drill this side so this doesn't fall over. To save my back, I'm just gonna get another table and set this up so I don't have to do this on the ground. Now we're gonna go ahead and grab this side and put this side together. We've got one side of our frame done. Now I just gotta add the middle supports for this side. I'm gonna go ahead and flip it over and add those guys down. I got all of it put together. The frame is all done. I'm gonna sand it up, I'm gonna paint it, and then we can put the plywood in, put the back on, and put the hardware cloth on. Do you wanna be in it? You sure? So I started painting this, and then we realized that I do need to put the plywood on because I need to paint that too. And then we actually started putting on these little pieces right here. These are going to be the little kick plates pretty much to keep the shavings inside of the brooder, because the quail especially will kick the shavings all around. So that'll just help keep everything contained and keep us from having a big old mess inside our garage. So we have the box all built. It's all painted. We're getting ready to put wire on it. These are the holes for the doors, and we're gonna put paneling on the back. Excuse my hands. I can't paint without getting paint all over me. We started running out of daylight and I had to go take care of the baby. So my husband put together the rabbit nest box for me, but I can still show it to you guys. So it still needs a lid on it to go up here across the top, but it doesn't have a bottom. We'll put wire under there, but it has this little lip. It's called a baby scraper, so that when the doe jumps in and she feeds the babies, when she jumps back out, it keeps anybody that is still nursing, kind of pulls them off of her so they don't fall out into the cage and get stuck in there and not be able to get back in. So it pulls them off. I definitely like having those on there. It just makes me feel a little bit better. There's the nest box all done. There's the wire in the bottom. So I'm gonna go take this box over to Gretchen's cage. I actually am going to move Gretchen, but I'm gonna wait until after she kindles just so I don't stress her out. I'm gonna switch her and Falcon and let Falcon have the little cage and then put Gretchen in where the other does are. But here's the nest box. It's big, as you can see, but our rabbits are big. So, hi Baba. Archie's whinnying. But I'm gonna go give this to her. I'm so glad that we got this stuff done today. I was kind of worried that it wasn't going to happen with having 2 kids and the farm and not getting to spend much time together. It can be a little hard sometimes to get done what you want to get done, but that's life. After I give this to Gretchen, I will show you guys one of the nest boxes in action. I'm actually gonna go and stuff this, which I need shavings for, so I might have to go back to the barn and go get some shavings. But I'll show you how I set these up to give them to the does. I'm gonna go ahead and stuff this box. Now, sorry, I'm in the goat barn and Fancy's screaming. But it's day 27 for Gretchen, so she's gonna get her nest box today. I am gonna go ahead and stuff it. Now the reason that we put wire in the bottom is because the kids pee and go to the bathroom and everything in the nest box, obviously. So you don't want a solid bottom because they will just rot it out by going to the bathroom on it. So we want to make sure, you know, that we give them something where the pee can go through. So what I do is I put hay in the bottom, and then I put some pine shavings, and then I put more hay on the top, and then kind of just top dress it and make sure that there's a ton of hay all surrounding them that she can make a good nest with, make sure they're plenty warm. They pull fur anyway, so so she'll make sure that they're warm. But the pine shavings will absorb any pee that goes on in there and make sure that they don't get wet and that also the bottom of the box doesn't get nasty. So I've got my box and I've got my shavings and I've got some hay. I'm just gonna take a big old handful of hay and just stuff it in there. I know it seems like a lot, but if any of you have animals and have had hay, you know that it compresses a lot. So there's the hay, and then I will take a few handfuls of pine shavings and put that down in the base. There we go. And then put more hay in there. Now a lot of times does will use their nest boxes as a bathroom if you give it to them too soon. So that's why we wait until day 27. Rabbits are pregnant for 31 days. So that gives them enough time in case they do go early, but not so soon that they just start using it as a potty. Gretchen has a very clear potty corner, so I'll put it on the opposite side just to ensure that she doesn't decide it's a bathroom. Gretchen. There we go. So like I said, this cage is really too small for her and the nest box and everything, but she's only going to be in here for a couple of days, and I will get her out after she kindles. She's very happy that I gave her some hay. I wanted to show you guys a nest box in action, so I'm actually going to grab Freya's babies in her nest box. lays down like this when I come in here because she wants pets. Girl. She is the best mom and the sweetest girl. I love her so much. Here is her nest box. I'm not actually going to pull them out, but you can see here's her baby scraper, and then this is the front of the box where mom jumps in, and then they're nice and protected back here so that when she does jump in, she doesn't actually land on them and squish them. And then a lot of times she'll kind of hang out up here. When the babies get older, it gives mom a spot to get away from them. So then they build their nest back here in the very back, and there's all of her little babies. There they are. Hi guys. This jumping they do is called popcorning, but there they are, and all they're covered in fur glory. There you go, babies. So that's them. And as you can see, she potties in this corner, water in this corner, all of her hay and her little board that she can sit on, and then her nest is in this corner. Food is on the door. Grab eggs, but I forgot to mention that the rabbit nest box plans are from Tealstone Homestead. She was super, super helpful when we first got our rabbits. It's kind of where I learned all of the basics, so go give her channel a view, a follow, a subscription. We are going to feed up. We're going to head to town. We're going to grab some dinner and grab some hinges and latches for the brooder, and then I will show you it all built and ready to go, and then in a couple of days we will see how it looks with the chicks all ready to go in it. Good morning, guys. It's the next day. We went to Tractor Supply last night and picked up some hinges and some latches for this brooder, so I'm going to go ahead and get these put together and get the doors put on. I've got the hinges on all 4 doors. I'm going to put these on the brooder, and I'll show you how I make sure that there's a even space between the bottom and the top, because if you just rest it on the bottom, you're going to have a gap at the top of the door. So usually I use a paint stick stirrer, but I can't find one right now, so we're going to try and see what we can find. I found this little piece of Luan that we were test staining, and I think it might be just the right thickness to close up this gap and open up a gap down here. Oh yeah, beautiful. I like to go ahead and screw one in the top and one in the bottom just so your door doesn't pull all wonky. Then we'll just open the door, take these out, and there you are. I totally forgot to screw this one, so I'll show you how I do it. I'm trying to do it one-handed. You want to make sure that you get as centered as possible in these little holes with these screws, otherwise it'll pull the door all crazy. Not a big deal right now because I've already got it screwed in. Now the latches that I like to use are these little guys. I forget what they're called, but they basically have a little slot. They go in here. Just make sure that you know that it's actually locked. The little claw ones that stick in the hole, those are okay. I just feel like I have a tendency to leave them open more, and I feel like if anything jiggles around, they could pop right out. So I like making sure that they're nice and secure, and I have a way to actually lock them in and know that they're latched. So for these, this goes on this side. I like to make sure it's as centered as possible, and then it just has to catch this little guy right over here. I'm going to use this as a door jamb so that I can push against the door and put this in. Terrible at opening packaging, so I kind of ripped into these, but the hinges that we were using were these little 2.5 inch fixed pin from Tractor Supply, and then these little 2-inch barrel bolt latches were what we used for the closures. I'm going to be unboxing this guy We've never used this before. I always have used heat lamps, so I'm gonna unbox this. We got 4 of them, 1 for each tier of the brooder. So hopefully they work, hopefully they fit, and hopefully I like them. So this brood plate actually has 2 settings. You can use it as a heat plate in your chicken coop, or you can use it as a brooder, obviously, in your brood box. It has a little clicker here that you can switch it back and forth. And it comes with either a stand that you put in these corner holes and you stand it up like this in your chicken coop, or it has legs that you can insert at 3 different heights, and then the chicks all gather under there just like they would under their mom. You can see the brood plate actually fits absolutely perfect over here in the corner of the setup. And then I can have feed and water over here, and the chicks can all play and everything. It's low on this first setting, so I'll probably use this setting for quail, and I actually might raise it up 1 for chicks. But overall, I think it's gonna be a good option. I am going to cut out the wire in this corner right where this cord is and run the cord down. We actually have a power supply back here behind here, so I'm gonna cut this and run this cord through here. There it is, all complete. I don't know if you could see, but we actually put paneling on the back here because we have paneled walls here in our garage. There it is. Well guys, that's all for this video. I'm so happy with how this brooder turned out. I absolutely love it. I think it's so beautiful, and it's gonna raise a lot of babies for us. If you like this video, please give us a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. See what we're up to next, see what we build next, see what we buy next, and what kind of animals we might end up with here on the farm. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a great day.